These little hydraulic splitters sold at many hardware outlets are actually pretty good rigs. They develop 5 tons of pressure. That's 10,000 pounds of hydraulic pressure, and they can split logs much, much bigger than the book says they will. Now, the disadvantages of them are that they're horizontal. You have to wrestle the great big log round section up on there. So I'll get to that in a minute. I've devised a way to do that in a quick and efficient manner because even before my shoulder surgery, the orthopedic surgeon informed me that my axe swinging, heavy lifting, and wood splitting days are probably over. So here's how I do it. Now here's another improvisation I did, is the 2 cedar sticks over here. A couple of scraps from the local sawmill. Now the book says, sit down on a bucket or a stool or something besides the splitter, reach down with your hand, push that motor button, and push the hydraulic lever to split the wood. Well, after most of my life as a journeyman machinist, I immediately came to the conclusion that sitting down there on a stool right next to this machine with your face about 12 inches away from a piece of wood under 10,000 pounds of pressure is really not a very good idea. So I use these cedar slats to push the on button for the motor, and also to work the hydraulic lever, so that way I kind of steer clear of the thing. Now here's the other half of the equation. This thing is what's called the Bigfoot hand truck, because it has big tires on it. Sold by Harbor Freight Tools, and this is a pretty respectable unit for an economy grade and economy priced hand truck, but I have modified it and made it into something a little bit more than it was designed for. Now the heart of the system is this crossbar that I have fastened on with a couple of U-bolts. And I put the big caster wheels on here, the big pneumatic casters. And this is designed for use on uneven or soft ground. Now the spacer blocks in here are for the purpose of raising the deck height of the hand truck when it's in the horizontal position to match the deck height of the hydraulic splitter. And the other part of the stuff is I have a tow rope, which is used for horizontal use, a big loop. You can put it around your waist and tow a monstrous heavy load, and a bungee cord, and all that does is hold the backboard into place. So let's convert this baby into a super duper logging truck. Only takes a few seconds. Okay, the other 2 essential components are a backboard and a homemade pallet board. They're both fairly simple. The backboard is nothing but a scrap of plywood. So let's set this guy up. And hook him on with the bungee cord. There we go. Now, the pallet. The pallet is pretty simple. As you can see, it's just a couple sheets of plywood with a spacer on each end. And also I have put these rails on the bottom because if I'm using a really heavy load, you've got to run a stabilizer strap around it so that you don't break the tongue off. Like I say, this is an economy grade hand truck. So let's continue putting this guy together. There you have it, ready to go to work. Okay, I don't have any real giant pieces for this demo, but what I've got is some fresh cut alder. And it's about 15 inches in diameter. Since it's fresh cut, it's about 50% water. So it's heavy, plenty heavy, much heavier than I should be lifting, so I'm not going to. So here we go. I think I can get away with doing 2 of these. Now we transition to the horizontal position. Voila! Now I just push it into place and go for the big split. I just push them into place and go for the big split. The control sticks or blocks. There we go. Now you can lift them. Now a lot of times I would put this back on and split it again, but I'm going to leave these quite large for overnighters for the big shop stove. There we go. That's all there is to it. Remember, be a lover.